Hey everybody, and welcome back. Say you're a dungeon master and you're getting started on your next homebrewed campaign, or maybe you are a game developer trying to get the story straight for the game that you're working on. I'd like to show you how to create a compelling starting town, which is like the perfect seed to get a story to kind of take root in just about 5 minutes or so using Final Parsec's free world building tool. Let's go ahead and make something fast, fun, and full of good story hooks. The first place you want to start is by picking the town's core role. Is it a trade hub, a galactic city, a remote farming community, or something else? Settlements need to exist for a reason, and it's usually because it's a convenient place to exploit a resource. This needs to align with the themes and the genre that you want for your world. For example, you might want an academy for magicians in your gothic fantasy, or a spaceport in your science fiction setting. But you probably wouldn't want a spaceport in your gothic fantasy setting. For my build here, I'm going to settle on a border town near a rugged and hostile frontier. Border towns share a lot in common with port cities supporting travel and trade, but they can also be flashpoints for conflict. This should give me a lot of good opportunity for story hooks. With a purpose in mind, you'll want to jot down the most critical details. Your location needs a name, of course. Go ahead and document that purpose that you started with, too. I find it helpful to make note of some defining features, too. Let's say our border town is adjacent to some lawless and hostile woods, filled with dangerous creatures and shady characters. Let's also say that it started as a military fort, and thus has city walls enclosing most of it. The last two things I like to decide are a faction and like a major thematic hook. It's pretty much always the case that if you have civilization, you'll have a ruling faction. Some sort of government or group calls the shots and enforces laws. Even in anarchy or a power vacuum, you'll typically find unofficial parties or leaders vying for control. Decide on the preeminent faction present in your community and document them by making a new group here in the World Builder. The last critical detail I like to get in place is a major thematic hook. Imagine you live in this location and read the headlines from the local news. What are the townspeople concerned with or gossiping about right now? For this example, I'm just going to say there's a plague spreading from the nearby forest. With the big ideas in place, I like to just rapidly bring a town to life with a few fast details. This comes in the form of minor locations and non-player characters. Don't stress too much about making elaborate backstories or filling in every last bit of information here. Think about just a handful of key people and places that a visitor to the town might interact with. This might be Mila the innkeeper, Rin the apothecary, Captain Herrick, Priestess Vel. You'll of course need some minor locations too. You can usually associate these with the jobs of the characters if it's that obvious. In my example here, I can just have an inn, an apothecary shop, a temple, and a barracks. Once you have all that in place, it's time for the fun part that truly starts to bring the town to life and make it feel like a living place players can interact with. Make a list of hooks that can pull your players into adventure. For example, the apothecary could be investigating the plague and might need materials gathered from the dangerous forest nearby. Or maybe the priestess has been using magic to hold the plague at bay, but what she's working on is beginning to fail. Another great example might be that Captain Herrick, the local military leader, needs assistance containing the infected outside of town. So there you go, a compelling starting town that's ready for your characters or your players to go explore. If you want the world building tool I'm using here, it is one of the free tools available in Final Parsec's Creator Hub. Links are below, so go and make something awesome.